Tonight, for the first time, we're hearing from loved ones as they mourn the loss of a West Jordan couple murdered while their young children were in the home. The latest on the efforts to find the killer.
An emergency alert causing confusion across northern Utah. Why the state is now putting a stop to Amber Alerts going through to your phone, at least for now.
Utah aims for a May reopening of the economy. I'm John Franke in Salt Lake City. We'll look at what this means from a healthcare perspective.
Oh, and we're seeing hot temperatures in the forecast, but it's the warm after the storm. I'll explain.
Live from Fox 13 Studios, this is Fox 13 News at 9.
First on Fox 13, the search continues for the person or persons responsible for the death of a West Jordan couple early Saturday morning. Meanwhile, the couple's loved ones are trying to comprehend this tragedy.
Fox 13's Elle Thomas is live from the West Jordan Police Department with the latest on this investigation.
Remnants of broken glass, a footprint on the door. Caution tape still draped nearby. This is what's left of a tragic Saturday morning shooting that left 2 dead and 3 children without parents.
This is the first time that I've been back to the house since the news.
For friends of the deceased, Tony and Catherine Butterfield.
And I've been good friends with him and Catherine for quite a few years, so.
The tragedy is indescribable.
My brother called me at 4 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning, and I thought he was kidding with me. I thought he was playing some sort of a joke or something. I didn't believe him.
Now, as the investigation continues, police say they have leads, but no suspect, leaving everyone hoping for positive news and justice.
Tony and Catherine were just good salt of the earth kind of people. With their smiles, their willingness to help out everybody. Just great people. Sad to see them go.
A fundraising page has been started for their 3 children, all of whom are now with other family members. So far, it has raised nearly $130,000. If you are interested in contributing to it, we'll have a link on our website. Live in West Jordan, Elle Thomas, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Let's get you up to speed on COVID-19 in the state of Utah by the numbers. 2 more people from Salt Lake County have died, now at a total of 27 deaths in the state. Over 3,000 people have tested positive for the virus. The rate of positive tests still standing at just under 5%. More than 63,000 people have been tested. Just under 700 people have recovered from the virus.
And now some politicians are pushing to reopen Utah's economy. Tonight, we ask a local health expert his take on this.
Fox 13's John Franke has a look at what those in the medical field believe must happen for life to regain some normalcy.
Responding to this epidemic has had incredibly severe economic consequences.
As Utah fights the COVID-19 pandemic, on Friday, state leaders unveiled their plan to gradually restart the economy.
The challenge for me is trying to balance that with the healthcare needs.
Dr. Jay Jacobson, a professor emeritus at the University of Utah and infectious disease specialist, believes that balance will be tough to achieve.
There's a huge responsibility on any state that wants to be the first.
As of Sunday, more than 3,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 were reported in Utah. For each of the past 5 days, that number has increased by more than 100.
Until there's a sustained decrease in cases, and as the report requires, hospitalizations of new cases, it would be premature to think about opening.
Another key factor is testing. Dr. Jacobson likes what he sees in the state's testing plan. It's outlined in Utah Leads Together, a document prepared by the Economic Relief Task Force.
It sounds like, from my initial reading, a random testing program of almost 13,000 people in 25 places, perhaps all of the counties in Utah. That's a wonderful thing.
But even when that criteria is met, the process of getting back to normal will require a little extra from all of us.
Measures like personal hygiene, social distancing, wearing masks, all of those reduce transmission. If they were all practiced equally well by everyone, some degree of gathering would be relatively safe.
But not safe for everyone, as our older neighbors and loved ones just can't afford to get this illness.
People that are highly vulnerable to this disease, I think, will be very slow to engage in activities that put themselves at risk.
The early May target to reopen isn't far away. When it gets here, it'll bring a whole new set of challenges.
Reopening is consistent with the idea that you would accept transmission of infection and disease, but at a lower rate. And the challenge would be if that were to happen and we're still unprepared to deal with it, we will see more deaths.
And Dr. Jacobson added that reopening also means making sure healthcare workers are protected so that going to a hospital does not become a high-risk event. In Salt Lake City, John Franke, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Well, they're used to making parachutes, but workers at Hill Air Force Base are shifting gears to save lives in a different way. Those in the 531st Armament Textile Shop are turning their talents into making masks for people all across the base. The base tweeting out this video of sewers hard at work. They're hoping to produce hundreds of masks a day. Stay up to date on COVID-19 by going to fox13now.com. Just click on the coronavirus tab, find the latest numbers there along with your headlines. There is also a symptom checker and other resources to keep you and your loved ones safe.
Now to a developing story. Authorities canceled an Amber Alert after a 4-year-old missing girl was found safe in Salt Lake City. Investigators say she was abducted by 25-year-old Courtney Crow just before 1 this morning.
And an Amber Alert went out to cell phones shortly after, but that alert left so many Utahns frustrated and confused.
Fox 13 Spencer Joseph shows us why the state is now stopping cell phone Amber Alerts, at least for now.
A rude awakening for many in northern Utah.
It was like really loud and my little girl woke up and she started crying, freaking out, and then I just see the text and it's just like blank pretty much.
An alert with a simple message header that read ut.amberalert.
Is irritable.
Not because of the early morning alert, but because that's all the information that was given.
I don't have any problem with it waking me up necessarily because it's someone's child.
Alerts on cell phones did not include details about the child abduction victim or the suspect.
Came across on the television, it came across on the message boards. Some of that information came across, but it didn't come across on the phone.
That's because of a glitch, and this isn't the first time it's happened. Utahns saw similar problems when Amber Alerts were issued last September and November. Now the Utah Department of Public Safety is pausing Amber Alert notifications on cell phones until this is fixed. While the system has a temporary glitch, these emergency alerts are vital for law enforcement when a child's life is in danger.
And usually we have such a great community and public support that we do get tips that come in right after we do a Amber Alert.
So while cell phone alerts are halted, they're saying things like highway signs and other forms of media are going to continue. South Salt Lake Police also said that media outlets and other social media channels will always get the same information that they want to push out as a backup. In Salt Lake City, Spencer Joseph, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Utah Department of Public Safety responded to reports of a second alert at 3:34 p.m., exactly 12 hours after the alert initially came out, saying in part, quote, "Please be assured that we have done everything on our end. Sometimes a message is repeated to certain phones. We have no control over that. It might be a carrier issue or a hardware or software issue on a phone."
Turning to weather, if you need something to smile about tonight, you need to take a look at Breck Bolton's 7-day forecast. Breck, we're seeing the warm after the storm.
That's right. Of course, we saw stormy weather across most of the state today. A few scattered rain showers, some isolated thunderstorms. Still finding active weather across southern Utah. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that 7-day forecast. You're going to like it, but that's going to be a few minutes away. Let's first focus on what took place today. Looking outside just right before sunset, want to share this image of Moab, where we found mostly cloudy skies, still even showers threatening Moab right now. But this was a similar scene both across northern and southern Utah. Let's look at your official highs today across the state, where once again for northern Utah, we made it up into the 60s. On average, we should be about 62 degrees in Salt Lake City. That's where we were today. It was a little warmer yesterday. Of course, yesterday we had the sunshine. Now, the sun came out throughout the afternoon, but still hanging on to a few clouds across northern Utah. We did make it up in the 70s in St. George. Now, as we look across the state satellite radar, clouds hanging around central into southern Utah. And we are seeing kind of a consistent band of showers tracking through areas such as Cedar City over towards Bryce Canyon, as far north as Fillmore, as it continues to move from the west towards the east, impacting Capitol Reef, and then moving further eastward towards Moab. Now, as we move further northward, we're seeing less rain activity. And along the Wasatch Front, not only we're not seeing any rain, but noticing extreme northern Utah, the clouds are pushing away. So as we're going to be clearing things out quite nicely across northern Utah, that moisture is heading south, which means that we might be hanging on to some moisture and a possibility of rain for southern Utah come tomorrow. But take a look at your forecast along the Wasatch Front for tonight. We're looking at partly cloudy skies initially, then it clears out nicely. Temperatures cooling down into the mid-40s for many locations. So not a cold night. It is cool. Again, we're pushing away that moisture for now, but I mentioned that storm before the warm. When do we see another chance of rain, and how hot are temperatures going? We'll answer that coming up in just a few minutes.
She told people that I've spoken with that Charles was going to be dead any day.
Still ahead, new details in the tangled web that is the search for JJ and Tylee. What we're learning about a suspicious death in the center of it all.
And it's back in the headlines, the feud between President Trump and Mitt Romney again in the limelight. We'll explain why.
Next new live, American Housewives Katie Mixon.
You play my daughter's fantasy mom.
Monday at 10 a.m. on Fox 13. Fox Monday.
We have a boy 45 feet down an uncapped well pipe.
They're coming to get you.
911 is all new. Then, Prodigal Son returns with an episode that will leave you breathless. Monday, an all-new 911, followed by all-new Prodigal Son on Fox.
Everything in our garage is inspired by our racing spirit. Race in for a great deal on the Honda Passport. Only at the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event.
When you're forged out of the pioneer spirit that founded Utah, you have to be resourceful, innovative, and resilient. That's why we're still running bus, tracks, front runner, and paratransit service. Transit is critical, and life's essentials won't wait. We know you need safe and reliable transportation to reach them. Providing safe service isn't only our goal, it's our mission. We're here for you today and into the future. Together, we'll keep moving forward.
Just when you thought you were done painting, you discover paint bleed under your tape. Not with Frog Tape. Frog Tape is the only painter's tape treated with patented paint block technology. Paint block reacts with the water in latex paint to form a micro barrier against paint bleed, giving you the sharpest lines possible. Get professional results with Frog Tape. No messy lines, no paint bleed. For sharp lines, every time, Frog it.
Everything in our garage is inspired by our racing spirit. Race in for a great deal on the Honda Civic Sedan. Only at the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event.
News breaks when it wants. Doesn't have a script, so we don't cut things short just to hand it over to network news. We stay local. Fox 13's Good Day Utah.
Happening now, UDOT is reporting that 5600 West is closed in both directions at 5000 South due to this crash here. You can see all those flashing lights from our traffic camera. At this point, we don't know about the extent of any injuries here due to this crash. We are working to get that information for you. UDOT estimates, though, that this will be cleared around 9:45 tonight.
Some surprising upsets at the Utah County Republican Party's convention on Saturday. It was forced online because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Incumbent Orem Representative Brad Daw was unseated at convention by Nelson Abbott. Daw didn't gather signatures, so he will be out of office. Conservative activist Marilee Boyack forced incumbent Lehigh Representative Kay Christopherson into a primary. And Utah County Commissioner Nathan Ivey faces a primary against Tom Sakovich. Retired General Jefferson Burton will face Kerry Malkovich for an open seat. Burton is the acting head of the Utah Department of Health during the COVID-19 crisis.
We're learning new details about a suspicious death connected to the mother of the missing children from Rexburg, Idaho, JJ Vallow and Tylee Ryan. According to Fox 10 in Phoenix, Arizona, emails sent by Lori Vallow's late husband, Charles, allege she tried to have him locked out of his account for his life insurance policy. Well, he caught the change and ultimately removed her as beneficiary, replacing her with his sister, Kay Woodcock. Charles also made the change because Lori allegedly made a threat on his life.
We couldn't believe it, but as time progressed, absolutely we knew that she was she was off.
Charles was shot and killed by Lori's brother, Alex Cox, 5 months later. Right now, Lori, of course, is sitting in an Idaho jail on charges connected to the disappearance of her 2 children. They have been missing since last September.
The Transjordan landfill is opening back up tomorrow. It was closed on March 30th to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. However, it will now open once again, but with a few guidelines. Only credit and debit cards will be accepted for transactions. Social distancing will be enforced all around the fill, and only limited interactions with landfill staff will be permitted.
A Utah car dealership embracing a new tool to help you get your vehicle serviced, of course, while maintaining social distancing. Check this out. Service center technicians at Ken Garff Honda in downtown Salt Lake are inspecting people's cars using something called iService. So the app is meant to put you in the shoes of the mechanic as they repair your car. Customers then pay online when the repairs are done, and they will also pick up and drop off your car, so there's no need to break social distancing guidelines.
A lot of people are very worried about coming in right now because of the COVID-19. And so we'll go pick up a car, we sanitize it as soon as we get to it, then we'll bring it back, we service it, we re-sanitize it, and then take it back to the customer.
At this point, Ken Garff Honda is the only place to offer iService, but there are mechanics all across Utah that are offering pickup and drop-off services.
Okay, listen up for your name, please. Lizzie. Lizzie, are you here? Where the crap is everybody? Mike. I don't think there was an assembly today.
Check this out. The broadcasting crew at Olympus High School tweeting out this video today. Teachers from the school creating videos at home showing how they are handling the quarantine. Some are dancing, some are playing sports, but they all say they're just missing school and their students.
And taking a roll here, Breck, are you here? Nope, far away.
Breck?
We miss Breck. We feel their pain.
Oh, no, I'm still here at home. And, you know, I have to admit, I'm not quite used to it yet. I'm sitting here at home. I'm in a tie and a shirt here where typically I'm a little bit more casual. Feel like I'm a home teacher. I don't know. All right, here we go. Let's get to your weather forecast, delivering a message, what you're expecting for the upcoming week. I mentioned these hot temperatures where today we had the stormy weather, a little bit of rain, thunderstorms and rain still impacting southern Utah. But let's first take a look at what we saw today in Salt Lake City, the official high at the Almanac, with the temperature of 62 degrees on average. That's where we should be for this time of year. Now look at the record set back in 1962 at 85 degrees. Now, we're not going to be breaking any records, but we could be threatening the 80s across northern Utah here over the next 7 days. Now, we're hanging on to the 50s right now. Clouds peeling away, at least along the Wasatch Front. But again, we're seeing some active weather across southern Utah. Now, I want to mention as we talk about these warmer temperatures from the Climate Prediction Center, looking long range all up until the end of the month, it's looking like temperature-wise, we're going to be looking at above normal temperatures across most of the state, especially southwestern Utah, where some of the cooler temperatures are expected further east near the Great Lakes area up through the northern east portion of the country. Now, as we look at your headlines, so we're going to be starting the work week, at least northern Utah, with some sunshine. Yeah, we're keeping these mild temperatures, but of course we will see some additional rain as we talk about the swarm after the storm. So let's first focus in on this disturbance that's still having an impact across southern Utah. Clouds central, the south, and seeing that rain, mainly north of Cedar City all the way up to Beaver, and then impacting areas such as Fillmore over towards Ridgefield. Now we're seeing some showers tracking through Bryce Canyon. Also, Moab Landing, a threat of some light rain right now. You push further north, though, along the Wasatch Front, clouds are moving away. That front now drifting southward, where we're seeing the focus of the moisture. And in that region for tomorrow, central and southern Utah, another possibility of seeing some rain. As an additional disturbance moving on towards the California coast, coming in from the west, heading directly east, and in its sight and target is southern Utah. And that will keep rain showers going not only towards tomorrow, but into Tuesday as well. Now, as we take a look at the computer models, as overnight, we'll see that rain continue to develop, as you can see from Cedar City over towards Bryce Canyon, and then moving towards southeastern Utah. Looks like the Dixie area avoids this little rain zone in the overnight, and actually for most of your Monday forecast, even up into the afternoon. Now we'll see some isolated showers across central into southern Utah, mainly over the higher terrain. Then that next disturbance rolls through. It starts to bring the moisture and some instability across southern Utah, and specifically the Dixie area, late Monday into Tuesday morning. Then it tracks further east throughout Tuesday, and then we let go of that storm. One behind it, though, coming in from the north, will bring in the possibility of some rain across the Wasatch Front on Thursday. So throughout tonight into tomorrow morning, we'll see that rain southwestern Utah, again avoiding the Dixie area, as temperatures overnight dipping down into the 40s for many spots, 30s over towards northeastern Utah. We'll talk about that threat of an isolated shower through central into southern Utah, again avoiding St. George throughout the day, but by tomorrow night, you're seeing the clouds and you're seeing the possibility of rain for St. George overnight Monday into Tuesday, with some lingering showers throughout Tuesday afternoon. Then it's clear and warming up, quickly going into the 80s and then close to 90 degrees by Sunday. Now for northern Utah, as we take a look, 60s will continue on, but close to 70 degrees Tuesday and Wednesday. That rain hits Thursday, cooling off temperatures, a quick rebound into the weekend. They'll look at Sunday, upper 70s. That would make it the warmest day of the year, and temperatures I definitely can live with and look forward to. Hopefully that holds true for next weekend.
Thanks, Breck. Still ahead, a local bookstore fighting to keep its doors open for months, and the COVID-19 pandemic has just made it that much harder. Coming up, see the creative way Ken Sanders' Rare Books is looking to stay in business.
For 50 years, Duct Tape has been here for you. We pour strength into every roll, and you can count on that. Here for you then, here for you now. Duct Tape, sticking together while staying apart.
There are a lot of shades of eyeshadow.
Do you have Shadow of the Moon Plum?
A seemingly endless number of ice cream flavors.
I'll go with French Lavender Swirl.
And an overwhelming amount of movies to watch.
Let's get The Princess and the Flea.
Just like there are countless ways to have fun with your kids.
We're going to do cut crease eyes today. Ready?
When you spend time in your child's world, they'll listen when you talk from yours. Learn more at parentsempowered.org.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering current Chevy owners OnStar Crisis Assist services and complimentary Wi-Fi data. If you need a new vehicle, we have leases available on select 2020 models where current qualified lessees can practically sign and drive. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available. It's just our way of doing our part.
We've been through rough times before, but not quite like this. In 2008, my husband, Thomas Wright, started a business. Despite the economic downturn, we helped grow the economy and put Utahns to work. Now more than ever, we need a strong, experienced leader, a businessman with years of experience who knows how to lead during times of crisis. Utah needs Thomas Wright. Visit wrightutah.com to learn more.
The American Red Cross urgently needs blood and platelet donations and asks all healthy donors to schedule an appointment to give now. With the coronavirus outbreak, it is important to maintain a sufficient blood supply. Your blood donation is critical and can help save lives. Please, schedule an appointment today. Download the Blood Donor app, visit redcrossblood.org, or call 1-800-RED-CROSS today. You can make a difference.
Just like you, we're strong and flexible. And like always, we're here for you, so you can stay busy with the ones you're keeping close. Duct Tape, sticking together while staying apart.
Ken Sanders' Rare Books is a staple in downtown Salt Lake City. Since the store is closed to the public during the pandemic, they're coming up with some creative ways to encourage people to keep buying some books. Fox 13's Katya Collins shows us how they're trying to stay in business in tonight's We're Open Utah.
Under quarantine, a lot of us have a lot of time on our hands.
So we're doing things like at-home workouts or binge-watching Netflix. Well, here at Ken Sanders Rare Books, they say that right now is the perfect time to pick up that book that you've always been thinking about.
Inside Ken Sanders Rare Books, foot traffic is non-existent, but the inventory is still coming in, and books are still going out.
I know I'm old, but I don't feel like I'm finished yet, and I'd be doggone if I want this coronavirus to polish me off.
This well-known book wall is usually home to books priced at $1. Now they're free. Free might help you, but not a bookstore trying to stay afloat during a pandemic. So,
you can't get out of the house, you're housebound, bored, want a book to read? We'll deliver it to you for free.
That is the sign. My goal was to kind of make it as fun as like ordering a pizza. Stay home, stay safe.
The orders are being placed.
Your total is $808.
And delivered with no transportation fee to your front door.
I did just get one book, and it wasn't that expensive, but I mean, if everyone were to just get one book, that could do so much. You know?
Shipping services, online orders, phone orders, email orders. We're just trying to get people, you know, shopping still while they're at home.
We're a little behind in shipping right now, so be patient with it. We love to have that problem. Too many orders.
Though demand may be high right now, sales don't come close to when the bookstore door is open.
Sales for March were 50% off, and I certainly anticipate the April numbers will probably be 75% down. I can't run a business if I can't sell books.
To qualify for their free delivery service, you do have to live in the Salt Lake Valley, but they are offering curbside pickup, free shipping on books, and of course, one free book from the free book wall. In Salt Lake City, Katya Collins, Fox 13 News, Utah.
To see more businesses that are opening and operating throughout the pandemic, go to our website, fox13now.com. Just click on the We're Open Utah tab. We've got an interactive map that helps you find restaurants and shops that are still open. And if you own a local business, click on the We're Open tab to share your story with us. Still ahead at 9:30, the feud between Utah Senator Mitt Romney and President Donald Trump continuing to heat up. What the president said today that sparked the fire once again.